the faraway land of Africa, a baby boy was born. His name was Tick-Tock, and he had 3 arms. Ooh, his terrified teenage mommy, practically like a virgin herself, cherished those few remaining moments with her little charcoal cherub. You see, a goddess had arrived in their village, yes. A succubus, capricious and fickle. A shape-changing siren known the world over for her whims of reinvention. Yes, a goddess had arrived to participate in the contemporary slave trade of accessory celebrity babies. And there was nothing the young mommy could do to stop her. A sinewy silhouette cashayed into the hut. It fell upon Tick-Tock. Bye-bye, baby! And the teenage mommy screamed. Boys and ghouls, this is the infernal maternal mystery of the Bloodmother. Once upon a time, there was a doughy Italian maiden from a dying city of industry. A calzone-cheeked Cassandra, the first to prophesy our contemporary concept of pop celebrity. She pleaded her papa not preach as she boarded a bus for the big city. A discotheque discovery led to danceable ditties on the music TV. Wannabes expressed themselves wearing her ceremonial couture of boxer shorts with fishnets, jelly bracelets, and leather jackets, and writhing in her wedding gown, that visionary vixen from that hard-scrabble town anointed herself the high priestess of the cult of pop culture, and the Bloodmother was born. Once upon a time, the Bloodmother ransacked sassy subcultures for their creative inspiration. Like the glittery gladiatorial galas of Harlem's fiercest fighting families. The Bloodmother slapped a coat of white paint on anything she deemed sellable and stole it away, made it her own, called it Vogue. She single-handedly killed the radio star, but in doing so, she inadvertently devised her own demise. She could not compete with the relentless point and click of a remotely controlled consumer accustomed to content on the spot. To keep pace with the waning attention spans of her fans, the Bloodmother burned through identities hot and fast. Actress, cowgirl, bombshell, director, divorcee, fag hag, philanthropist, slut, empowered slut, slut, even a fucking Valkyrie! Ooh, just to name a few. What was quickly trumped by what's next. The Bloodmother was desperate. Once upon a time, she bathed in the blood of her backup singers. Once upon a time, she explored La Isla Bonita in search of the fabled fountain of youth. Once upon a time, she delved deeper and deeper the darkest mysteries of Catholicism, Kabbalahism, and narcissism, all in search of something, anything to assuage that incessant distraction from a disinterested internet age. To no avail. Until now, oh, like a prayer answered, the solution was so obvious. How could the Bloodmother have been so oblivious? She'd simply do what she did best. She'd steal from someone more talented than she was. Once upon a time, there was a boy wizard. He possessed the voice of an angel and the fleetest of feet that whisked him across every world stage, even eventually walking him across the moon itself. His fans were legion, and anything his heart desired, no matter how bizarre or young, was but a fragile whisper away. Anything was his, except a proper childhood. So, he shaved the man away, a fraction of an inch by a fraction of an inch. He stuffed himself full of silicone and $100 bills and stitched himself up like brand new. The Scarecrow King became a recluse, never leaving his forever fairground of rotten cotton candy and creaking carousels, where a mocking mugshot marked a smooth criminal and a jeering voice sparked the main attraction. Step right up, the man with no nose. On the eve of his own miraculous reinvention, the Scarecrow King mysteriously perished, his plans stolen from his mansion. And though he died a freak, the world would forever remember him. And how the Bloodmother hated him for that. Because once upon a time, the Bloodmother murdered the Scarecrow King and stole away his plans for his magnificent reinvention. She followed his directions, scouring the globe in search of the specialist, the most freaky little boys and girls, like little three-armed TikTok from Africa, to help shepherd him what would now be her miraculous comeback. The Scarecrow King's notes were a garble of flowery hearts and smiley faces, alongside satanic pentagrams and drops of blood. She ignored his cursive missives to love the children, instead openly mocking them, calling them God's little mistakes and reminding them how the Scarecrow King had forgotten all about them. Tisk, 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 Bloodmother. It was Halloween night. The Bloodmother was now a crone, a hunched and haggard husk of her former glory. She followed that final note by rote, shaking her suitcase full of the Elephant Man's bones and burning in effigy a blazing taxidermy of Bubbles the chimpanzee. And from the corners of the conjuration chamber, her little changelings limped and gimped in unsettling unison. They gathered in closely around their mommy diarist. Were they holding weapons? No matter. No matter. The Bloodmother could not be distracted as she was about to embark upon the final step of the reinvention incantation. She drowned her world in a disposable Dixie cup of Jesus juice and began to slow jam a juddering jig, a staccato slap and slide with zombie hands side to side, the Scarecrow King's indisputable dance of the dead. And then, yes, it was happening. Yeah. Nothing had happened. She was still a washed-up, haggard old crone. She frantically began to flip through the Scarecrow King's notes. Had she missed something? Ah! A stabbing pain raced up her leg as the Bloodmother's blood gushed upon the dance floor. Oh yes, indeed, she'd missed something. The fastest of the siblings to attack was also the fuzziest. Furry from head to toe and formerly forced to fight feral foxes in his hometown of Chihuahua. Felipe, the Mexican chupacabra boy, furiously knifed his Bloodmother's beefy thigh. She screamed, a flash of actual terror reflected in the little boy's bloody blade. This had not been part of the Scarecrow King's plan. Or had it? Born bright red with rubbery skin, Annika, the Swedish fish girl, had been the top draw of the Stockholm seaside sideshow before the Bloodmother fished her away all hook through cheek. Now she made an even bigger splash, dousing the Bloodmother in an acid bath. Yang and Yin were Taiwanese Siamese twins attached at the lungs. A nasty cigarette habit made them instantly internet famous, because what's more adorable than a smoking Asian baby? Two smoking Asian babies with acetylene torches. Oh, how they giggled so cutely as they burned the Bloodmother's blonde ambition black via immolation. Puny Pinny, the pinhead princess, had once been an actual British heiress, but her misshapen melon was deemed unfit to wear any crown. Yet still the Bloodmother mocked her with minuscule scepters and royal gowns. Penny's revenge was pumping poison into the Bloodmother's shallow cheeks and cleft chin. And lastly, little Tick-Tock, that 3-armed African tyke taken from his mommy's thatched roof hut. His task was simplest but most crucial, with a razor blade in each hand. He leaned in closely and with 1, 2, 3 delicate cuts removed a minuscule triangle of cartilage, the orifice formerly known as the Bloodmother's nose. Once upon a time, for the final fucking time, I promise, some overexposed, irrelevant celebrity who no one remembers today. Ooh, she died. She died horribly. Her children gathered hands over the charred and broken corpse and they began to sing. They sang a curious chorus in celebration of abject aberration. They sang, "Google gobble, Google gobble, one of us, one of us." The corpse lay completely still, every muscle removed to reveal the bones beneath. Google gobble, one of us, one of us. An acid-soaked arm suddenly spasmed, a beat-it motion like a wanking orgasm. Google gobble, one of us, one of us. A face of death. Inhaled a breath, such a thriller. Those lips pumped full of chemical fillers. Gobble, Google gobble, one of us, one of us. Hand cut from the husk of a gullible goddess beguiled by her own obsession with unobtainable reinvention. A familiar monarch unfurled his long and bony arms. A frightfully freaky face with no nose turned to greet the children who danced and cheered at his feet. He petted the heads of the deformed darlings whose sleeping visions he visited night after night with promises of eternal playtime and all the Halloween candy they could eat if only they commit a teensy bit of matricide. And he taught them the ancient rhyme of their kind, a phrase passed down since antiquity, a chant to embolden emotions when faced with genetic adversity. When the ordinary, the boring, the two-armed, two-legged, brown-faced gawkers gape and stare, jostle and squabble, simply sing "Gooble gobble, Gooble gobble." That Halloween night, they danced his juddering jig, that staccato slap and slide with zombie hands side to side, their dear old daddy's indisputable dance of the dead. And they sang of his royal reincarnation, the cult of pop culture's most fabulous reinvention, a song the world would forever sing, the glorious return of the Scarecrow King. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.